Oftentimes, you might want to integrate product images and manufacturer specifications into your construction documents. This tutorial is going to talk about how to insert those images and how to integrate them into the detailed template that's been referenced in previous tutorials. The first step is to find a product and save images from the manufacturer's website. Here we've saved some images from the website and made decisions about what table and chairs that we want to use in our specific project. Documented all of that information in a Microsoft Word document, and we're going to integrate this into our construction documents. Now, to build some consistency, we want to use this same detail template frame, and we're going to go to Model Space and grab this single frame right here and just say Control C or Command C if you're on a Mac. We'll come back to the Detail Template tab. We'll say Command V or Control V to paste this in. We can put it right in this particular area. I'm going to move this off to the side just for a brief second so that I can grab the viewport and keep it in this general area but actually shrink it down. I'll then move the detail frame back. Now from here what I can do is I can use this viewport and I can actually match it back up with the detail frame and double click inside the viewport. And I'll navigate over to where I have some product images. In this case, we'll look at the table. Now here what I can do is just zoom in and frame this up. Now mine doesn't fit perfectly with this rectangular shape, so I can kind of zoom out and get this just sized up. Now how do we insert these images in? Well, in Model Space we'll find a place, I like to do this closer to the origin of the document, put a big circle around where my images are. We'll just go to Insert, Raster Image Reference. And this is where we can navigate to our different images or screenshots that we saved from our manufacturer's website and open these and then just place them in our drawing. Now in this case, they don't have a scale, so we're not really worried about the size. We're just going to kind of keep them a modest size and down here towards the origin. And it's important to keep these in a specific location and not to move them. These are referenced files, so they're not actually integrated into the AutoCAD document, and if you save these to your desktop, delete them later or move them later, they'll actually just show up as blank squares that have file paths to where that image was originally, and you have to relink those images. So it's important to keep these in a permanent location so that you'll keep your images visible in your AutoCAD file. Now it might be appropriate to include your product specifications, the information about the product number, manufacturer, finishes, in the detail portion of your construction documents, or it might be appropriate to put it as a note in your layout and materials plan. In this case, we've included it in the detail sheet, and we've used a text size that's comparable to the text size of our other construction documents in our drawing. Now to do this, there's a simple trick to where you can actually take this text and bring it that exact size into our paper space, and that way we can have this text sitting in paper space and we can just edit from here. To do that, we'll zoom into one of our details that's already created and scale it appropriately, and we're going to double click inside that viewport. I'm going to grab this text box and just copy it down. Next what I'll do is I'll select the text box and I'll type CH space. This is the change space command. What it will do is it will take the text that is currently in model space and we'll change it into paper space, or bring it into paper space, and it will be exactly the same size. So I'll hit spacebar. It's going to ask me, because I have multiple viewports, to select the active viewport and then press enter. This is the viewport that I want to use, so I'll type enter. What we'll notice next is that we're back in paper space, and I can't select any of this text, but I can select this one because it is now actually in paper space. And so I can bring this over and from here begin to edit my text box. Now another trick is in Word, what we can do is we can highlight all of our text. In this case I'm going to grab the table text right here. I'm going to type F3 or Shift F3, and it's going to put this into all caps. And if you keep hitting F3, it kind of cycles through all lowercase, first word uppercase, and all uppercase. We'll take this and we'll just copy all of this information. Come back into AutoCAD. I'm going to double click inside of our text box, select all. I'm going to right click and say paste special, paste without any formatting. And this keeps the exact same formatting that I had. I'll highlight it all, justify to the right, say OK. I'll probably have to change this hyperlink down here to a smaller text size. Now at this point I'll remove the text mask on this text box, center up my image to maybe get it consistent with this, which is a viewport that is exactly in the middle of this particular piece. Now another important detail is how you might actually edit the detail template detail title. We'll just double click on this. We'll update the number as detail 5. And because this is not to scale, we're just going to delete out all of the scale components. So I'll just select, highlight, and delete each of these. We'll also change the scale from this particular number to N/A or not applicable. Finally, we'll change the detail title to Courtyard Table, making sure that we are using all caps. I'll say OK. And with a few more modifications, this is an approach to actually putting the images into our construction documents. It's not entirely necessary. We could call this out on the layout and materials plan or in the notes or specifications that go along with this set of construction documents.